From MTN News, this is Montana This Morning.
A breakdown of the Return to Work report.
I'm Joe St. George in Imperial Valley, California. To find out why the price of beef is so high, it helps to head to the feedlot and talk with cattlemen about what's going on. What do they think is needed to make the price of going to the grocery store a little less expensive?
All right, it is 6:30 on this Thursday. Chet Lehman, Matt Elwell with you here. If you wonder what we talk about in the commercial break, triple toe loops and triple sow cows.
Right.
What's the difference between all of that and how every 4 years we learn and
That's
then we
what
forget
we
again?
relearn most of the time. So
That's it.
Yeah.
Again, the Olympics kicking off tomorrow. Matt and I will be glued to our sets watching it.
We will, yeah.
That's it.
We've talked about it. We love watching the Olympics pretty much in any version.
Absolutely.
So, well, we have our own set of Olympics here. A couple of rings. You see Belgrade sitting at 0. That's my Olympic ring here for the morning. 2 degrees in Butte, 9 degrees below 0 in West Yellowstone. Generally pretty quiet conditions for today and tomorrow. We do have some snow in the forecast. There may be a few mountain flakes today, but really it's later into the weekend that we start to see the potential some accumulating snow in parts of the area. It's not a great chance, but we're holding on to it. Temperatures into the 20s for the day today. Finally seeing things warm up. Still pretty slick out for several areas. We're going to break down what you can expect as you head into the weekend and beyond. Of course, that's coming up in just a little bit.
And with those temperatures, good thing the Olympic torch never goes out because it'll keep you warm for a little bit. 6:31 now, our top story. An agreement at the border. A lawyer representing the truckers blocking access to the Coots Sweetgrass border crossing says they've agreed to open one lane in each direction. According to Global News in Canada, truckers feel their message has been heard. They're protesting COVID-19 vaccine mandates. Under rules that took effect in January, Canadian truckers must be fully vaccinated to cross the border without having to take a test and quarantine. Unvaccinated U.S. truckers are turned back. Now, this border tied up closed down a main artery and trade for days. Officials expect it held up millions of dollars in trade, including the delay of basic goods. 6:32 now, the Department of Labor and Industry detailing the final numbers from last year's Return to Work bonus program. The program was part of a two-prong approach to incentivize people to return to the workforce. It included the state opting out of additional federal pandemic unemployment benefits. TN's Jordan Johnson broke down the numbers statewide.
The Montana Department of Labor's final report on Return to Work bonus program says the program paid out more than 3,000 bonuses, totaling $3.6 million.
Starting in May 2021, the program was an initiative to get people in Montana back to work. People receiving unemployment benefits as of May 4th could apply for a $1,200 incentive payment if they found a job and stayed with an employer for 4 weeks. The state estimated that around 22,000 people were eligible for a bonus. By the end of the program, about 28% of those eligible had applied, or about 6,100 people. Of those 6,100 applicants, just under half were approved. The Department of Labor and Industry reported that most of the applications that were rejected were because of the individual was ineligible, or just because they failed to verify reemployment. Of those who secured work and were paid a bonus, 14.5% found jobs in office support and administration, followed by food service jobs at 14.3%. DLI also said data indicated that those who took advantage of the program found jobs that paid better than the previous employment. Looking at the numbers locally in Lewis and Clark County, 335 applications were received and were approved, totaling $196,800 being allocated.
The Department of Labor and Industry allocated $15 million for the Return to Work bonus program, and the remaining $11.3 million will be reallocated to the American Rescue Plan Act initiatives. In Helena, Jordan Johnson, MTN News.
6:34 and other statewide headlines this morning. State Corrections Department has finally made a $5,000 payment to an exonerated man as part of his claims process for being wrongfully convicted and imprisoned almost 20 years ago. But it has yet to provide rental vouchers that also are required under state law. Cody Marble of Conrad is the first person to file a claim under a new state law to compensate the wrongfully convicted. Marble, convicted of rape in 2002 in Missoula, spent many years in prison before being exonerated in 2016 of a crime he says he never happened. Now, state corrections officials told MTN News in December that Marble wasn't eligible for a $5,000 transition grant that the law requires for claimants, but they later reversed course and finally paid him that money late last month. Yet Marble said the state has ignored his request for rental vouchers, which also required under the law for claimants. On Wednesday, the department told MTN it will pay the vouchers for 3 months. Marble filed his claim last September and could be in line for up to as much as $800,000 in compensation. Kalispell businesswoman Mary Todd, one of 4 Republicans running for Montana's new open Western District congressional seat this year. Todd, a newcomer to the electoral process, but as she told MTN News this past week, she's not a newcomer to the political world. She says she spent many years trying to get answers from government officials about the mysterious death of her son in Singapore 10 years ago. Todd says her son Shane was murdered in Singapore in 2012 after he had told his parents he had suspicions his employer might be transferring sensitive technology to Chinese communication giant Huawei. Now, Todd has even written a book about her efforts called Hard Drive, a family's fight against 3 countries. Now she says her experience makes her a good fit for Congress to fight against communist Chinese influence she says is helping divide the country. Todd also says she's an unapologetic America First conservative who will listen to her constituents, but she says what happened to her son is the main motivation for her getting into the multi-candidate GOP primary for the new congressional seat.
I'm running because I want to help our country clean up. There's people that are there for the wrong reasons. I cannot be bought. My son died because he could not be bought. He gave his life. I'm willing to give my life. I'm willing to fight for this great state and our great nation.
As a reminder, the other Republicans in the race, Ryan Zinke, Al Olszewski, and Alan McKibben. Well, it is something you and your family have likely experienced in the last few months, sticker shock with the price of beef at the grocery store. Latest numbers show beef is up around 20% compared to just a year ago. So what's behind the hike, and will President Biden's recent initiative to lower the cost actually help? Our Joe St. George talks to cattlemen on the front lines to explain what's really behind the hike.
These are a Holstein breed. These are males.
To understand why beef is so expensive, does this end up in the grocery store?
Yes, sir.
It helps to talk with the cattleman.
You know, beef prices are unfortunately right now up.
Jesse Larios has been doing this most of his life in Imperial Valley, California. And if you expected a simple answer regarding why costs are up, you aren't going to get one.
We got more livestock than we have harvest capacity in the United States.
Harvest capacity is one reason, though, which is a fancy phrase for saying there are more cattle than companies that can process them all and get them to a shelf near you.
We don't have enough plants to process.
Jesse says in many cases, the companies he and his fellow cattlemen work with simply don't have the workers.
COVID hit.
The Biden administration is attempting to fix some of this, however, with policy changes.
How far do they have to take their cattle?
In a recent roundtable, President Biden pledged $1 billion to increase meat capacity at smaller, more independent companies. We asked President Biden's top economic advisor, Dr. Cecilia Rouse, when that program, as well as other efforts, will mean a decrease in prices.
When can people start feeling it at the grocery store?
So most outside forecasters are expecting that inflation will be about half it is today by this time next year.
We do welcome that.
Jesse does like the White House plan, but he cautions costs are high for other reasons too. See that grain? There's corn in it, and corn costs have skyrocketed. He's paying $2 more a bushel and says it's likely because of high oil and gas prices. It may be hard to believe, but when gas prices are up, more people want to buy corn since corn can produce fuel alternatives like ethanol. All of this means that it's, well, complicated. We asked if grocery store bills will ever improve.
So will beef prices go down? Yes, I do believe they will. But will they go back down to the level they used to be? No.
In Imperial Valley, California, I'm Joe St. George.
6:39 now. A new bill co-sponsored by Montana Senator Steve Daines will direct the Department of Interior and the Forest Service to work more closely with gateway communities to address the impacts of exploding interest in outdoor recreation. TN's Dennis Bragg spoke with the senator about how the initiative focuses on issues and solutions first before directing money at the problems.
Last summer, Daines and his colleagues on the Senate's National Park Subcommittee dove headfirst into the issue of traffic clogging parks, especially the boom since the 2020 pandemic lockdowns. The hearing showed the problem's complexity, especially on towns neighboring Glacier and Yellowstone, as well as other federal public use areas. Now, Daines and Democratic Senator Angus King of Maine are introducing the Gateway Community and Recreation Enhancement Act.
We've got a housing shortage for park employees. Frankly, in some cases, becoming a crisis, and we've got to do something about it. So this is really a first step in a bipartisan way to look at engaging the Forest Service, the Department of Interior, to start identifying these problems and putting a task force together.
While developers in Kalispell, Whitefish, Columbia Falls, West Yellowstone, and others are adding some housing units, the demand now is crushing the vacancy rates for not only workers inside the parks, but the service industries catering to all the tourists. The bill doesn't offer funding now, but calls on the federal agencies to work with local governments and share critical data on visitor trends.
And so we want to really clearly identify the specifics on the problem. What are some specific actions to be taken for a solution? And that then would be a follow-up bill that would look at the actual funding requirements that are going to be needed. It's going to take money to fix these problems, but let's not go throw a bunch of money at it until we first understand the problem and we spend that money wisely.
It also directs the agencies to explore ways to spread out the crowds.
You know, in Montana, we have other great national parks that sometimes when people come to our state, they aren't aware of, the Grand Course National Park, for example, outside of Deer Lodge. And how do we help kind of smooth out the crowds a bit so that not everybody is showing up at the same time? You know, our amusement parks have figured that out. We've got to be smarter around how we handle the fact that we love our national parks. We love having visitors come to our parks. If we want to maintain a great experience, we have to find a better way to address the crowding situation and, importantly, address the issue of affordable employee housing, because without the staff, we're not going to have great experiences in our national parks.
In Missoula, Dennis Bragg, MTN News.
Certainly a story we're going to continue to follow here on Montana This Morning.